the little things that you correct, emphasize at the beginning, middle, and end of the workouts that really make a difference, especially in shot form, ball handling technique, passing technique. For instance, Felix Bain sitting on the floor, 2022 shooting guard, one of the best shooters in the country, if not the best. He's been, when he catches the ball on the right side of his body, he hasn't been bringing all the way over to the other side of his body so he can have his arms straight for the jump shot. So we're always passing to that side now, so he has to really focus on it. And again, the back, the shoulders, and the head against the wall helps eliminate any back and head and shoulder movement, either leaning forward when you catch the ball or shoot the ball, leaning backwards when you catch or shoot the ball, or any head movement. Up first, then out. Up first, then out. So Felix, you're gonna dribble one ball with your strong hand, pass two ball with your weak hand. So it's like juggling with the weak hand. So he's doing the opposite. So the opposite. Yeah. Nothing moves, JC, just those arms. Up first, up first. I tell you, everything that I've learned as a trainer, I wish I had all this stuff when I was a player. It's over 20 years ago. Would have corrected a lot of things. So now, yep, now you sit 90 degrees. So we go from up first, over exaggerate, up first. There you go. Up and over that tall, long, athletic defender. That's what the best shooters in the world do. Tall, long, and athletic defender. So now we had him sitting on the floor, get a quick 25 reps. Now we're gonna sit 90 degrees with like a wall sit jump shot. And again, we're focused on the upper body, proper movement, arms only. In my opinion, David has a perfect jump shot for a kid his age. All he's lacking is, as he gets older, the strength will come and the shot chip will be right at the top of his forehead. Everything else is picture perfect. Full extension with your right arm. Over exaggerate it. Quick rotations, let's go. Big day, great day, big day. Full concentration, let's get better. Gotta get better. Think about your goals, think about your dreams. So we see Felix, he's back, okay? So again, he's having trouble bringing the ball over from his right side to his left, and then we teach 90-90-90 here at the academy. So he was only bringing over to the middle of his body. So then he brought the ball up the shot line. His elbow was way out. Okay. So we identified that, especially from deep. You analyze your players the entire time, but especially when they're shooting from deep, trying to extend their range, their deficiencies in their physiological makeup because of a lack of strength at the time will show. Right? And then you just backtrack and you go back to the basics and you start trying to fix that. pass to his right side. Felix is forced to bring it back over to his left side and then have it straight. And of course, we're sneaking in a few hundred extra passes. Remember when I first started training players, Elite Basketball Training Academy in 2001. Well, even in college, I was training players. I was helping players on my team. In the summer, I'd come home in the summers and I'd help high school players, grade school players with drills. And I was always trying to help. I knew I was going to be a trainer. I knew I was going to be a coach. I'm a much better trainer and coach than I was a player, let me tell you. But when I started in 2001, like officially every single day training players, I used to do this thing called chair shooting and wall shooting or floor shooting. And people were laughing and giggling, all that, you know. Now you see every NBA team doing the same thing. So I really believe I'm 20 years ahead of the curve. I've always been innovative, creative, a lot of things that people don't understand, but they will. 10, 20 years, you'll see people, NBA people doing these certain type of drills with the philosophies and techniques behind them. I think the main thing, it's really easy when you get players that come in, right? 6'4", 40-inch vertical. Yeah, those guys are easy to train. That's an NBA player. If you know anything about training players, you get a kid with a 6'4", 40-inch vertical. That's an NBA player. If you're a real trainer, then that's easy, right? That's easy. Try to get a kid, right? I used to get kids with 20-inch verticals, 6 foot. Right? And struggling on their local AAU team. Now these kids were cut from their high school team, meaning they weren't even close to making an AAU team. Right? Try training players that slow, weak, unathletic, and they never played basketball before. That'll let me know if you're a real trainer, you know what you're doing. And when you train these types of kids, you have to come up with innovative, creative, right, unbelievable techniques not understood by many for these kids to even have a chance to survive. Otherwise, your training program is going to be humiliating. Anybody can train an athlete. That's easy. I've never had an athlete and all my kids go NC2A. I've never had a kid that considered, man, that's an athlete. I've always got the kid that nobody cares about. People cut. People mock, tease. I had a kid when I met him, he was curled up in the corner of his high school gym because the players on his team, it's an open run, were mocking him and teasing him so bad. I went up to him and I said, listen, come train with me every single day. By the end of your high school career, you'll be the number 2 player in Canada behind Andrew Wiggins. And that came true. This player later on, a year later, he's on the national team. A year after that, first mid Division I scholarship offer. A year after that, Duke, Michigan came calling, Texas came calling, Rhode Island, Providence, you name it. Northwestern University offer, Purdue called. You can't beat strength training in the weight room every day. Like a constructive, intelligent program, individually conducive to that player. Meaning every single one of my players here are on different strength and conditioning programs based on their needs. You can't beat 1,000 jumpers from the day you meet me to the day you leave me. You can't beat 1,000 passes from the day you meet me to the day you leave me. You can't beat 4-hour full court continuous workouts. I rarely post those. That's the meat and potatoes of my workouts. You can't beat half court, off the dribble and off the catch. For the layup, for the jumper. And you can't beat playing over 300 games in the state of Michigan every single year. Innovation, creativity, intelligence, thinking outside the box. If I was in a state like Texas or one of those awesome states where you have the amazing talent, I wouldn't have had to develop any of these types of drills, because I would be able to go right to the point, because their athleticism, right? You teach them something and they can work on it 10 times and they have it for life because they're so athletically gifted. I don't get those kids because I wasn't that type of kid. I was the type of kid I had to do it thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of times before I got it. But then when I got it, it was there for good, with a little fine tuning here and there. So I understand the process from that athletic underdog. And that's why all my players go from the very, very lowest of the low, being cut from teams, to, in a couple years, being better than everybody on that team that made that team. The stars of the team are no longer the stars because my kids are better than them now. 2 NCAA scholarships. So now you see Jason. Toes straight, knees straight, hips square, shoulders square. Nothing moves, legs and arms. So now JC's incorporating legs and arms. Done?